Mantra first.
Yes, Maharaj.
Jananim Sharadam Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Yeah, you have got any questions you want to have or discussions, or kindly let me know.
Maharaj, maybe first we have the discussion of the letter and then we will have the question answer.
Okay, so from where we are to discuss now today?
We had just done this Shrishti Tattva, that chart, and you told that you will discuss about the lokas and everything.
So Brahman, Mahatar, Ishvara, and Prana Akasha you had known, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, what is this Loka? The Sanskrit word is Loka. The etymological meaning of the Loka means that which appears is Lokaha. So in the layman's language, if you want me to say what is Loka, means it is a plane of existence. One is world, which we all speak, which we all know that. The important thing which we have to understand here is, it is a plane of existence or a realm of existence. This is where many philosophers, they say the Loka is always mental concept. Say for an example, many of us, we are living in this earth itself, planet itself, or Calcutta itself. But some are very materialistic, some are below even materialistic, very fundamental materialistic or whatever, sensate level. Some are living at the level of ideas. Some are living at the level of spirituality or consciousness. Though physical existence may be same, but the mental existence or the plane of existence, it differs. So even from this point of view, people discuss, or the philosophers, they say, the Loka is a mental concept. There may not be the physical existence at all. But this is always, this Loka's concept is head-boggling, according to me. Why? Because in Purana, Janahaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, like every Purana has got different way of differentiations. So at the outset, we can understand it as a realm of existence or a plane of existence. So this we should keep it in the mind. Now, whether it exists really or not can be the question for all of you. If you see in the Sri Ramakrishna's experience, in the light of Sri Ramakrishna's life and teachings, and in the life of direct disciples' experiences, and many householder disciples' experiences, we come to understand that, yes, these lokas exist physically. When I use the word, the lokas exist physically, we have to understand very carefully. This is where we need sometimes explanations, commentaries, or teachers. Say for an example, now Swargaloka is there. There Devatas are there. They exist. Semi-gods and goddesses or celestial beings, they exist. When we hear such type of explanations, we immediately think that, okay, like us, they are also there. Or maybe cinema effect, serial effect, they are you wearing some throne, some, what do you say, mukut or throne, and they are sitting on the chair with a silk garments. All this type of understanding we may get it. But this is all just explanation. What I understand from all these things, they live in the subtle forms actually. They need not to have the physical body like us. when we say they're enjoying and they are suffering, if at all, they will be enjoying and suffering. And they have the physical bodies, their physical bodies may be in different way. So this we have to understand very clearly. So immediately when we say Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, Tapaloka, so we think that people also live the way we live, the body, the way we are having, the way we eat, the way we sleep, the way we drink. Similar way, they also have like that. We think it is not so. The more and more above worlds you go, the things become subtler. Your body, your enjoyment, your suffering, everything becomes subtler. The more it becomes subtler, that means it becomes intense and it becomes strong also. This is also very important point we have to understand. Now, for an example, in the Gargi Samvada, I think where somewhere Swamiji also mentions about it, the lokas gradations goes like this. One is Bhuloka, the Bhuloka where we stay. Then the Pitruloka, the world of the forefathers. Bhuloka, Pitruloka, Gandharva Loka. Gandharva is celestial beings. Gandharvas we have, most of us we have heard. Then above Gandharva Loka, there is a Aditya Loka. That is solar sphere. Above Aditya Loka, there is a Chandra Loka, lunar sphere. And above Chandra Loka, there is a Nakshatra Loka, the sphere of stars, star sphere or the sphere of stars. Then above Nakshatra Loka, there is called Devaloka. Devaloka means here celestial beings. They live at in this particular loka. Then above Devaloka, there is a Indraloka. Indraloka is, Indra means is the king of gods, gods and goddesses, small g. So demigods we can say. So Indraloka. Then above Indraloka, there is called Brahmaloka or Prajapati Loka. Now, according to Puranas and philosophy, till Indraloka, whoever goes, after their exhaustion of karma, means karma phala, they have to come back to Martyaloka, that is Bhuloka. But if you go to Brahmaloka or Prajapati Loka, you will be staying there, and at the end of the creation, at the end of the dissolution, that is Pralaya, dissolution, they merge into Brahman. No more coming back. When you go to Brahmaloka, so no more coming back, which we also speak of Kramamukti there. Okay. Now, Swamiji is explaining from the Advaitic side. First and foremost, he is saying from the Advaita point of view, soul neither comes nor goes. Means it doesn't take birth, it doesn't take death. So no change, no movement in the soul or self or Atman. Then what is this lokas? Then we are attaining, going to different lokas, coming to different lokas. What, when we are speaking, what does it mean? So only our subtle bodies goes there. Say for an example, XYZ. Some of you have gone to Chandraloka. I have gone to Chandraloka means what does it mean? My Sukshma Sharira, subtle body has entered, has gone to the Chandraloka. What about soul, self? Self is when it is all pervasive, when it is there everywhere, then there is no point or there is no question of coming and going. So only Sukshma Sharira is traveling. Sukshma Sharira, subtle body is taking birth, subtle body is taking death, subtle body is going to different worlds, but not the self, but not the consciousness. This is very clearly Swamiji is telling. Now, after telling that, he is speaking of the different layers of the universe, spheres, that is lokas. And there he says that they are all nothing but the products of Akasha and Prana. What does it Akasha and Prana represents? Force or energy and the matter. So the different lokas are nothing but the permutation and combination of the force and the matter. Above worlds goes, the more and more you go above world, there the energy and the matter become subtle. And the more and more you go below, then the energy and the matter becomes condensed or it becomes gross. That's what Swamiji is speaking. Then the lowest or most condensed is the solar sphere consisting of the visible universe, in which prana appears as physical force and Akasha as sensible matter. So Aditya Loka is speaking and is trying to explain Aditya Loka. In the Aditya Loka, the energy and the matter is sensible and it is visible. Visible in the sense it is manifested, it is experienceable. And above that, there is a moon. Moon means not the moon which we see. Like every day we see the moon. It is not that moon. It is the habitation of the gods. There what happens? The prana and the akasha is in the form of tanmatras. Tanmatra means what? Subtle particles. If you have read my Tattvabodha talk properly, if you have heard my Tattvabodha and if you have understood the cosmology point, there we speak how the world, the universe is made up of. The universe is made up of Panchabhutas. What are the 5 elements? Akasha, that is space, then Vayu, air, then fire, Agni, then Jala, water, and then earth is Prithvi. These are the 5 elements by which the world is made up of. And these 5 elements have been emerged by the 5 tanmatras, 5 subtle elements, subtle particles, which is called Shabda, sound, Sparsha, touch, Rupa, form, Rasa, liquid, Gandha, smell. Now here again one more word of caution that we should not confuse with the normal sound. We hear some sound. We have got a touch feeling. We see forms, different forms we see. So we should not get confused with that. So that is a subtle form of matter. Okay, so Swamiji is speaking of Chandraloka, where the gods reside and prana appears in its psychic forces and akasha as tanmatras are fine particles. So the prana and the akasha or the force and the matter are in the subtle form, not in the gross form. That is what Swamiji is saying. So this cannot be perceived by the common people. Only Yogaja Pratyaksha, they say, the great yogis, the yogis who had attained the highest state or very advanced state, they can only experience this. Okay, now beyond this or beyond this, there is an electric sphere. Electric sphere is what? Nothing but Nakshatra Loka. And Swamiji is saying that here in the Chandra Loka, the Tanmatras are there. The matter is in the form of subtle form and the prana is also in the form of subtle form. Whereas if you go to electric sphere, Nakshatra Loka, the differentiation of the energy and the matter is also not happened. So the matter and energy is undifferentiated format. So these are very subtle ideas. We have to think bit. How to understand this, for example? Now, you see, there was a clay. There is a clay. Potter brings the clay from the pond. And when he brought it, was a lump of clay. But when he puts water and when nicely he does it and he makes different articles. Isn't it? So before making these different types of articles, if you see, it was just a clump of clay which doesn't have anything. So similarly, and afterwards the clay, then the potter made a plate, glass, lamp, pot, vase, whatever he wishes he can make. This is all manifested form, isn't it? Now it got separated. But whereas before that it was just lump of clay. So there is something which is there, which is undifferentiated form, where even the prana, which is called energy, and the akasha means here matter, which is undifferentiated. The force or the energy and the matter is undifferentiated form. That sphere is called Nakshatra Loka or electric sphere according to the Swamiji. So above that, there is a Brahma Loka is saying, though Devaloka, Indraloka, Swamiji has skipped, and above that is saying Brahma Loka, where there is neither prana nor akasha, both are merged in the mind stuff, the primal energy. Means whole thing is in the mind. Means what? At the thought level. See, first consciousness, then comes thoughts, then come prana, then come akasha. Means what? The more and more you come down, again I told it is manifesting in the gross form. And more you go above, it becomes subtle. So first there is a consciousness alone, nothing else. Then the consciousness manifested in the form of thoughts. Then the thought from there, again it has been separated into energy and the matter. Then from energy, pranas come, or whatever matter from tanmatras comes, from tanmatras panchabhutas comes. So this you should keep it in mind, then you will be able to understand. So Swamiji is explaining that in the Brahma Loka, Akasha, or the, what do you say, prana, that is for energy and matter, both are not, neither you can say it exists or not exists, because there is only mind, means it is only thought. Only thoughts are there. Just ideas are there. And here the jiva contemplates the whole universe as samashti. So the individual consciousness or the individual mind is merged in the supreme mind or cosmic mind. So the concept of or the experience of individuality is not there in the Brahma Loka. That's what Swamiji is telling. For an example, you go to Ganga Sagar. When you go to Ganga Sagar, there was all the way Ganga was there, but when merged with Bay of Bengal, then you can't find Ganga. When you were coming Ganga, you saw from the flight, you saw Brahmaputra, you saw Satluj, so many rivers you were saying, but when they merged with the sea, then you can't find Ganga. Here is Ganga, here is Brahmaputra, here is Satluj or whatever. So similarly, in Brahmaloka, there is only Samashti Manas, that is cosmic mind. There is no Veshti Manas, there is no individual mind. I hope you are understanding. Yeah. Any question now, you let me know. I mean, as much as possible, I've simplified it. Yeah.
Maharaj, we say that there are 7 lokas in Purana, but here what you are given, you have given 9 lokas.
Yes. Yes. So there are actually totally 14 lokas.
So 7 are below.
7 are below, some are above. That is what accepted tradition, no doubt. But that's what I'm saying. This loka concept is always head-boggling. Why? Because every Purana has got different what do you say, narrations or explanations. So Swamiji, what he is telling, based on that, I have given this. It comes in Brodhanik, I think.
So what Swamiji says, Swamiji is here he mentions that he is explaining it into in Advaita point of view, not in the sense of that Dvaita point of view where we are getting the 7 lokas or 14 lokas.
Yes. And what is this locus? Swamiji is speaking solar sphere, lunar sphere, or electric sphere, and
so actually we can say that actually we can say that the Brahmalok is just the Sagun Brahma before manifestation, and means it is that we say that Brahma
Chaturmukha Brahma.
Brahma. Okay. No, means Advaita point of view, it is the Mahat.
Yes. Mahat or Ishvara.
But means before manifestation, that is the thing, Brahmalok. Then when so that then Vidyut Lok we can think of that Hiranyagarbha.
See, that's what I'm saying. Again, you should not generalize. Every Purana has got different type of gradations. Swamiji has taken one particular thing and is explaining. So from there only we have to restrict. If you direct to, what you say, compare and generalize things, then you will get confused.
No, I am not talking about Purana. means this Advaita Srishti Tattva what we have seen. So in Brahma Loka there is no, we cannot say whether it exists or not. So that means it is before creation type thing. Then you said Vidyut Lok, it is the totality of the prana and akasha. So that means that is the Hiranyagarbha before the creation. No.
No. No. No. Because Advaita doesn't bother about these lokas at all.
No, not that Loka, means this is what the nature of the matter and energy, prana and akash. We cannot differentiate between them in the Vidyut Loka, like that you are saying. So that means, and it is the totality of all the this prana and akash together. So is it not the same as Hiranyagarbha? Means from
No.
there, no. So from there the this akash and everything is coming.
No. No, it is not.
But
Because
it
what
is
is
not
Hiranyagarbha, from the Upanishadic point, you have to understand clearly. Then only this confusion can be get rid of. What is Hiranyagarbha? What is Ishvara? So these from the Upanishadical, because these are all Upanishads, mainly it is discussed in Upanishads, you have to understand things as it is, then you will be able to understand. See, while reading philosophy at the initial days, generally, even I did this mistake. I mean, we are tend to compare. We tend to compare and we try to draw conclusions. That's where we get loose. That's the reason I think I told you also. I mean, I told you in the sense, like in the class I told, because even I got this instruction from our philosophical teachers. When we are reading, studying at the beginning, we have to try. So at a certain knowledge, when we get certain knowledge, a good amount of knowledge about these things, then we can try to compare and contrast and try to deduce conclusions. Otherwise, we'll miss these things because every of them have got a particular connotations and denotations. It has got a very clear explanations. We try to do simplify, and we get confusions.
Okay. Okay, so means actually I was thinking in that way, comparing with the Srishti, creation according to Advaita, means first everything was Sthula, then slowly as we go up it becomes Sukshma and all. So like Sukshma Sharir and uh, above that. So means Aditya Lok we can still differentiate between the matter and the energy.
Yes, I understand all that. What you were saying, I'm saying the understanding, but don't what you say compare with the Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, Mahat, and all this. I mean, Mahat is okay, but Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, and all, then you'll get confused. I mean to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I am not getting the difference between the.
Yes, you will not get it because the explanations here, the gradations are different here. See, afterwards, if you see last para, the projection and dissolution must take place in the same order. Only one means going backward, the other coming out. So finally, after explanation all these things, from Advaita point of view, Swamiji is smashing out all these things. We all discuss, we try to understand everything that as the Jiva embodied self, it goes and it comes back, all these things, okay. But finally, it is only a projection. Srishti means not creation according to Advaita. It is only a projection. And Pralaya means it is not destruction, it is a dissolution. So all our Advaitas end, the goal is what? Adhyaropa Apavada. Superimposition and desuperimposition. So that where our idea and core interest should be there. That's what according to me. And only when in Brahmaloka, he says, Swamiji, that still it is, though it is a cosmic mind and etc., but still there is a sort of the Purusha or the individual self is not liberated. Only after that, I mean, above that only there is a complete liberation. That's what Swamiji is saying in the next 2-3 lines. Still there is a multiplicity of souls. Means the individuality, the concept of individuality exists there also still. That's what Swamiji is saying.
In Brahmaloka.
So Maharaj, all the Jivatmas, they don't merge into Paramatma at Brahmaloka.
Yeah. I mean, see, it is a very subtle concept, a very subtle idea. There, Jivatma means, what do you mean? Means Jivatma means it is only subtle bodies actually. Because Atman is only one account Advaita, isn't it? So we don't accept a multiplicity of selves, multiplicity of souls. We only accept a multiplicity of jivas. Then how do you give the reason, explanation for the existence of multiplicity of jivas or selves? Means it is because of the multiplicity of the sukshma shariras, the subtle bodies. Or in other way, if you want me to say from what you say, Drugdrishya Viveka point of view, reflecting mediums. There are so many reflecting mediums, so there are so much experience of so many selves. So as a Sukshma Sharira, a Jivi, it exists in Brahmaloka. Like for example, now we are around 13, 14 people, you are all hearing lecture. So say now we all go to Brahmaloka. Yes, we all exist in the Sukshma Sharira. As a Sukshma Sharira, we exist. So once from Brahmaloka, once we pass over, then we get liberated, then there is no more individuality. There is no individual feeling of individualness because we are merged, like Ganga is merging in the Bay of Bengal. So similarly, we merge means what? The mind gets destroyed there. When the Sukshma Sharira gets destroyed, the Manas also gets destroyed. It means there is no reflecting medium. When there is no reflecting medium, there is no reflecting consciousness. Then there is no reflecting consciousness. What exists? Consciousness, and consciousness alone exists.
But Maharaj, see, the Sukshma Sharir, you said that get destroyed. So, and another, just before that, while replying to her, you said it's all projection, because in Advaita Vedanta, we take this whole thing as a projection. So, Sukshma Sharir also should be a projection. So, if it is a projection, then what is the destroying of projection? So,
ignorance. Ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And Maharaj, I have to ask you another question. See, in Advaita Vedanta, see, we are all part of Brahmans, or we are Brahmans, not part of. In Advaita, we cannot say part of. We are Brahmans. So hum. So the thing is, then what is the basic difference between someone comes as a as avatar, and someone comes as a ordinary being, and someone comes as a daku? Then again, what theory comes? The theory of the work comes in between. So just sorry, I'm getting confused actually. So that's why I'm asking this question. Yeah.
That's the reason I always say you should go systematically studies. If you pick up here and there and study, this is where the problem comes. So there's a methodology for studying every way. Like for example, if you are studying analytical geometry or calculus, you didn't start from the analytical geometry or calculus. 3 plus 5, 8, 3 minus 5, minus 2. You started from there, then LCM, HCF you started, then you said fractions. Then step by step you went, then you went to analytical geometry or calculus, sin theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta or cot theta or whatever it may be, isn't it? So similarly, you have to go step by step, then you'll be able to understand. First and foremost, you have to get into the system of thinking. That's where Prakarana Granthas comes into picture. So Tattvabodha, Aparokshanubhuti, or Drugdrishya Viveka, these are the few Prakarana Granthas which you have to read, and you have to get into the first, you have to understand the meaning of the terms properly. First point. Second is the way of thinking you have to get into it. then all these problems will be solved slowly. Otherwise, here and there we hear. For example, we are all Brahmans. There are no Brahmans. There is only Brahman. If you use the word Brahmans, that itself means no. There's only one. How can you use Brahmans plural? Isn't it? All these confusions will go away. So systematically you have to study. There is no confusion, but still, yes, because of the lack of systematic study, these confusions can come. Okay, first point. Second point, answering your question. Now, what is the difference between me and Ramakrishna? If you ask, there is no essential difference. Why? You also has a consciousness. He also has a consciousness. There is no difference between you and Ramakrishna. Okay, then Ramakrishna had so much powers. He could give moksha or mukti for people. Can I also give for moksha or mukti power? That powers is difference. Just the example I can give you how to understand is a simple, oversimplifying, I know that. One is the difference between the pond and the lake. What the pond contains? Water. What does the lake contains? Water. From the content point of view, there is no difference. Okay. Now, if I give a lake connection, water connection from the lake to the houses, probably I can give for thousands of houses. But if I give a connection, water connection from the pond, I can give for 1 or 2 or 3 houses. More than that, it is not possible. After using started using water, pond gets dried. Isn't it? Yes. Again, I'm oversimplifying it. I'm telling very clearly. So just to understand this, yes.
Maharaj, namaskar. So you
Namaste.
talked about several lokas. So through meditation, can we reach up to the Brahma when one gets siddhi?
Yes.
Yeah. So in through meditation, one can approach the higher and higher lokas step by step.
Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj.
But not only meditation, Maharaj. It should be supported by the knowledge, right?
No, see, whatever question he had, I have answered. If you have got a question, kindly answer. Kindly ask no question, I will answer. Whether you have got knowledge or not, no need. If you do meditation, if you do karma, punya karma, good actions, you can attain lokas. You need not to have the knowledge of the Brahma Loka to attain Brahma Loka. If you have done upasana, if you have done karma, whatever the satkarmas, punya we say, so much amount of punya if you get, that is enough for you to go to attain Brahma Loka. The knowledge of Brahma Loka, you need not to have to attain Brahma Loka. To have the knowledge of the self, to have self-realization, you need a knowledge of the self. To go to Brahma Loka, you don't need a knowledge of Brahma Loka. Your karma and upasana is required there.
But in Vedantic studies, so we hear that Sravana, Manana, and then conceptualizing. So the
Yes.
Sravana,
Manana, Nididhyasana for what?
suppose I'm now listening to you. So the basic.
No, don't differ. Don't get here and there. That's what I'm saying time and again. You should not oversimplify. You should not generalize things, and that's where you all getting in problem. You said Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasana is Vedantic sadhanas. You said fine. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasana is Vedantic sadhana, Gnana Yoga sadhana. Yes, Swamiji also speaks in the Gnana Yoga lectures. Vedanta also tells, no doubt. For where? For what? That is the sadhana. That is a way or path to attain something. Fine. For what it is? It is told to attain Brahma Gnana, not anything else. Now, if you want to have so much money, so you want to be a millionaire, for that Shravana Manidhyasana is the sadhana? No. So that's where you have to understand things clearly. Shravana Manana Nididhyasana has been given by Advaita Vedanta as a sadhana to have the Brahma Gnana, not the Brahma Loka. That is meant for having the self-realization.
Maharaj, you said that up to this Brahmaloka we are having our Sukshma Sharir. So that means up to that, so our that doership still exists.
Yes.
So that means that is why, but till Indraloka we can come back to Bhuloka. And once we are going to Brahmaloka, we will not come back again, while there will be the dissolution, that Atman gets dissolved or it will merge. So that means it is in a very fine subtlest form, so that after that we are just going beyond that Sukshma Sharir. No?
So again, that's what I'm saying. We are all objectifying things. The whole problem is this, what our mind. This is a mind. When you say, you are saying you will go to Brahmaloka, fine. At the dissolution time, my soul gets merged somewhere else. That's what I'm telling you time and again. Soul doesn't get merged, or no. It is only your mind merges, your Sukshma Sharira merges.
Yeah. So that
When
the
the
reflective
soul is
media.
only one. Yes. When the one, then where is the question of getting differentiated? Where is the question of getting divided? Where is the question of getting merged? For example, you are the only daughter for your parent. Now, after your parents, then you are getting your whatever the. When you are only one, for discussion's sake, I'm saying, when you are only one, where is the question of dividing? Say, for example, you and your brother is there, you and your sister is there, for example. 2 people are there or 3 people are there. Then only the question of division of the property comes into picture, isn't it? So similarly, when Brahman is only one, when Atman is only one, then where is the question of merging? Where is the question of dividing? It doesn't happen. In the Brahmaloka, or so you have gone to Brahmaloka, then at the time of dissolution, what is going to happen? Again, I told merged, not your Atman, not your Brahman. Your Sukshma Sharira gets merged. Your mind gets destroyed. Your mind gets merged there. That's all happens. So when there is no reflecting medium, there is no reflecting consciousness also. If I hope you have followed my Drupdusha Viveka classes. That's why I'm giving example. There is a virginal consciousness. There's a reflected consciousness. So virginal consciousness is what? Atman, Brahman. Reflected consciousness is what? I am so and so. I am giver. I am the profitable man. I am the last man. I am the loser. So whatever these things and upadhis, adjuncts we are giving, these are all part of the reflected consciousness. What is the reflected consciousness? It is called individual self or embodied self or jivatma or whatever. When we say jivatma or individual self, their self only means it is only for Sukshma Sharira, not exactly the self, not the Brahman. So all my experience is pertaining to my body and mind, not to the self. Self is beyond all these things. That's why if you see interesting stories, these are all. Now when Thakur told in Kashipur, he told to Hari Maharaj, Hari, look, I am suffering. Because of throat cancer, I am suffering. I am unable to take even a little pudding, that payas. Then Hari Maharaj immediately asked, are you suffering or is your body suffering? Shri Ramakrishna laughs and says, "E sala wo do rechere." Means what? He has understood the truth. I am not suffering. My body and mind is suffering. But we have got so much attachment, we feel that if I get a fever, I think that I have got a fever, which is ignorance. That is okay. Just like in the mind, in the dream, we enjoy and we suffer, isn't it? And when we hear all these things, the problem is what, that hard nutshell we have to break is when we say Atman, when we say Brahman, when we say consciousness, when we say self, we think as a light, as a lamp, something we objectify. Everything we try to, our mind tries to objectify, because without name and form, it cannot think. I think I've told you this earlier also. That's where we get into problem. So self or Atman or Brahman is the subject. It is never the object. It doesn't have any name called Atman or Brahman. Just for our transaction sake, we have kept. So Brahman is the only subject. It is never the object. It doesn't have any parts. It doesn't have any energy. It doesn't have any parts or whatever. Then where is question of merging? Where is the question of getting all these things? No, it only your Sukshma Sharira gets merged. Your Sukshma Sharira gets destroyed. When the reflecting medium gets destroyed, the reflecting consciousness also gets merged or gets extinct. Then what stays? Only original consciousness. Again, original consciousness means what? It is just consciousness, bare awareness. It doesn't need anything. Again, it is a subject, not the object. Did you understand? So we are all objectifying the concepts. That's where we are. Most of us, we have got stuck. I know how much ever you listen, it takes time to break that hard nut.
Excuse me, Maharaj. Then the Sukma Sarir is really what it is termed as Maya, or really does it is having any separate identity?
What do you mean by that really?
Sukma Sarir means you are standing in a glass hall. You are having so many projections. So all those projections are not you. In the same way, the Sukma Sarir, it's a reflection of Brahman, as he was saying. So that means Sukma Sarir may be a holographic entity which is termed as Maya.
No, Maya is not that.
So for example, you entered a particular room. There are 5 glasses. Okay. In 5 glasses, there are 5 reflections. So the reflection is true from the point of, because it is a reflection of the consciousness. That's all. Okay. Now, among the 5 glasses, 1 glass had a crack. Okay. Now you are standing because there is a reflection of your body. So there is a crack because of the crack in the glass. It is appearing that there is a crack on your body also. So is there really crack on your body?
No, it's just illusion, Maya.
Illusion. But unfortunately, we think that I have got a crack. So this is what all Ajnana. This is what Maya. And you see 5 glasses. 1 glass there was a crack, so there was a crack on your body. And other glass there was something, it's like a concave lens or convex lens. As a result, your image was distorted. Either you are very bulgy or very lengthy or very short or whatever. Say. So like the 5 types of glasses, 5 types of
Images.
Focal length and all, and 5 types of images there. You see it, you are aware of these things because of the glass and their focal length and frequency or whatever, you enjoy it. Oh, see, I'm looking very fat. Oh, look, I'm fat, but here because of the glass, at least I'm looking thin. At least from the glass, I'm looking thin. I'm happy about it. You are well aware of it and you are enjoying it. Say, a child had come accompanied with you. A child saw there was a crack on the child body also. So child may become panic. Why? Because child doesn't have the knowledge of the glass and its properties. Now the child can be compared to all of us as an ignorant person. Physically we have grown, but intellectually, from the truth point of view, we have not grown. We have got ignorance. That's why, though there is a crack on the glass, and as if it is happening to us, we are suffering. We are annoyed. We are crying. And whereas a knowledgeable person, grown-up person, when he saws that, he laughs. Oh, the crack is on the glass, not on me. So this is what we call realized people, Atmagnana.
Thank you, Maharaj.
So Maharaj, again, simplifying it, to simplifying it, can we say that the means as if the reflecting medium means Jivatma means a glass filled with dust and all. So as we go on purifying it, we are in different lokas. So so that means that reflecting medium is still there. So that is and it is the different reflections that we are getting.
Better benefits, and you pay less money, you get less benefits. So similarly, here one is of your chitta shuddhi and of your karma actions, karma phala. The more and more you got punya, the effect of the accumulation of the good results, then you get better lokas. 1-star hotel, 2-star hotel, 3-star hotel, or whatever, isn't it? So again, all experiences based on your reflecting medium called mind only, no doubt. But what is the difference here? The more and more you get punya, the more and more you get accumulation punya, then the more and more you go to better lokas. Now going to better loka means what? Again, I'm telling you, your sukshma sharira goes there. Now the question may come, Swamiji, only self exists. When you say Atman exists, Brahman exists, and everything is a projection, as you say, or Advaita Vedanta says, then why are you explaining all of this? Why? Because people have got doubts. People have got questions. That's why I'm explaining. That's the reason this Adhyaropa Apavada technique, which has been used by Advaita Vedanta and Upanishads, has to be understood properly. Then everything falls at places. Someone was asking, why don't you read all this Swamiji more in detail? Someone asked, pertaining to such type of Puranic, mythological, or mythology means it is not just imagination, Puranic concepts. I said, brother, with a God's grace and with the Guru's blessing, I have got intellectual conviction that I am the self. I am the Atman or the Brahman. Now, all my struggle is what? To remove the ignorance, I am body and mind. So that is enough for me. So whether Gandharva Loka exists or not, Bhuloka exists or not, whether Dyuloka exists or not, say any other lokas, 21 lokas tomorrow come with some other one, I have no problem. You bring 21 lokas, 31 lokas, or 51 lokas, I have no problem. As inquisitiveness, we shall all study in, never mind. But really, I am not perturbed from all these things. Why? Because I want to realize myself or remove the ignorance. That's what when I read Sri Ramakrishna and Mother and Swamiji lives and philosophies, that's what I've understood. So I have to get liberated and I have to understand who am I and I have to end the cycle of this birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, hiya samsare, bahudustare, krupaya pare, pahi murare. Pahi murare. Hey Murari, pahi mam, please protect me. Krupaya, please, I'm begging you, please protect me and please get rid of me from all this cycle of birth and death. I think somewhere, as being the devotees of Holy Trio, I think we should give more what you say, importance to these things. Then, of course, as we nature, we have got inquisitiveness, as we have probably, intellectual people, we would like to know all these things. We have got as a quenching our thirst for knowledge. Definitely we will read, we should read, and I'm not undermining that. But if you ask from sadhaka point of view, some spiritual aspirant point of view, I say that Brahman alone is real. I say Thakur is real or Brahman is real. Experience it. That is the alpha and omega of the life. And just try to either do japa or do prayer or do Shravanamana Nidhyasana and get rid of this ignorance.
মহারাজ আমার একটা ছোট্ট প্রশ্ন ছিল, জিজ্ঞেস করব? মহারাজ,
জিজ্ঞেস করুন।
এই যে লোকাগুলির কথা শুনলাম, এর মধ্যে রামকৃষ্ণ লোক বলতে আমরা কি বুঝি?
হ্যাঁ, এটা খুব ভালো গল্প বলবো তো আপনাদেরকে। আমার একটা মানে ছেলে ভলেন্টিয়ার আসে, হ্যাঁ, ভলেন্টিয়ার আসে, খুব ভালো ছেলে, ও ব্যাঙ্গালোরের ছেলে, ওর মা বাবা সবাই ব্যাঙ্গালোরে আছে। ও 3 জন থেকে, মানে 3 জেনারেশন থেকে ও ঠাকুরের ভক্ত ওর দীক্ষিত। ওর জানি না গ্র্যান্ডফাদার মার বাবা কি বলেন আপনার বাংলাতে জানি না আমি, গ্র্যান্ডফাদার, মাদার্স ফাদার,
Dadu.
So mother's father, I mean this young volunteer, his mother's, her father, for Brajesh his grandfather. So he's a disciple of Prabhu Maharaj, Vireshwaranji. Okay. Then his daughters, children are all initiated devotees, grandchildren are also initiated devotees. And this gentle person recently, 1 month before he passed away. Okay, 1 month before he passed away, and at the age of 90 plus, 91 or 92 or whatever. And once he finished his duties, family duties or responsibilities, like all their children got settled or whatever, then though he was in Bangalore city and he has got well-to-do people, no doubt, but at the same time, he had a farmhouse near to his house, from 2 or 3 kilometers or 5 kilometers. He had 2 acres of land because they're from agriculture family. There he built a small shed with the basic necessities. Okay, he stayed for 20-30 years. He was looking after the garden farmhouse with the simple things and all. And one worker was there. He used to cook it some simple 2 square meals. Just used to eat, and morning get up, do japa, prayer, meditation, then Katamrut. He used to read only Katamrut. In Kannada language, of course, Vachana Veda, we say Katamrut. And then he afterwards, after some time, he goes, sees farms, and whatever is the work required is to get it done. And evening again, japa, meditation, if possible, go to ashrama, attend arati, and come back and have a food and sleep. Like this, 20-30 years he has led his life. Then of late, 1 or 2 years before, because of his age and memory failed, slowly memory also was getting bit fade. So that's the reason, for health reason, they forced him, or their family people, they brought him to his house. And he's there always thinking of Thakur, doing japa, try to hearing katha. What do you want? If anyone asks, he used to say, I don't want anything. I want Thakur alone. I want Gnan. I want Bhakti. I want Vivek. I want Vairagya. He used to say, okay. Then one fine day, he told to his people, family people, look, Shri Ramakrishna eschilo. Shri Ramakrishna amake bollo tumi esho bole. Ami bolam ha, ami jabo. Sei jone আমি শুক্রবার চলে যাব। মানে কোন শুক্রবার বলে নিব, কালি ও বললো শুক্রবার আমি চলে যাব। সো অবভিয়াসলি বাড়িদের থেকে সবাইকে খারাপ লাগলো। আরে না না, তুমি বলো তোমার ঠাকুরকে আরেকটু দিন বেচানোর জন্য, আর কিছুদিন থাকো তুমি এরকম। ও বললো না, দেখো আমার জীবন হয়ে গেছে, আমি যা যা করার ছিল সব করে ফেললাম, করে দিয়েছে, আর আমাকে ঠাকুর ছাড়া কিছু চাই না। আমার ঠাকুর, আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর এসছে, আমার বলেছে আমি যাব, দয়া করে তোমরা কেউ আমাকে ডিস্টার্ব করিস না। ঠিক আছে, ও বলে দিয়েছে। ওরা কি করবে, ওরা তো ভক্তরা, কিন্তু ফ্যামিলি পিপল একটু অ্যাটাচমেন্ট থাকবেই নিশ্চয়। সো ওরা নিবেদন করলো, যখন ও বললো, ওরা বললো ঠিক আছে আপনার ইচ্ছা। তবে সো একদিন রাত্রি ওর ডাটারকে ও জিজ্ঞাসা করে ঠাকুরের চরণামৃত নিয়ে, ঠাকুর চরণামৃত শুক্রবার রাতে ছেড়ে দিলেন। ও ঠিক সময় ওর একজন গ্র্যান্ডসন আমেরিকাতে ছিলেন, ও তো ঠাকুরের দীক্ষিত লোক। সো সকালে উঠেছে, ইন্ডিয়াতে রাত্রে আমেরিকাতে মোটামুটি সকালে। সো প্রত্যেক দিন ও বসে উপাসনা করে, ধ্যান করে, জপ করে। ওর গ্র্যান্ডসন ও বসেছে সকালে, ও জানে না আমার গ্র্যান্ডফাদার চলে গেছে, সে ছেড়ে দিয়েছে বলে জানে না। ও বসেছে জপ করতে, জপ করছে, ধ্যান করছে। ওর মধ্যে ওর একটা অনুভূতি হয়েছে কি, ওর গ্র্যান্ডফাদার একটা কি বলবো, হোয়াইট ধুতি, হোয়াইট শার্ট পরে আসছে আর বসে আছে, কাকে অপেক্ষা করছে, কেউ আসবে আমাকে দেখতে আর নিয়ে যেতে, এর মধ্যে অপেক্ষা করছে বলে এরকম বসে আছে, আনন্দে বসে আছে, স্মাইলিং ফেস। সে ঠাকুর সিলভার চ্যারিয়েটে নেমেলেন, নামলেন আর নেমে গেলেন নিচে। আর ঠাকুর ওর বাড়িতে ঢুকছে, ঠাকুরকে ঢুকছে, ওর কি বলবো গ্র্যান্ডফাদারকে ধরেছে, হাত ধরেছে, বাবা এসো। ওর গ্র্যান্ডফাদার বলছে, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ আমি আপনাকে অপেক্ষা করছিলাম, এসছেন আপনি, খুব ভালো, ধন্যবাদ, চলুন বল। সিলভার চ্যারিটে বসলো আর ঠাকুর ওর গ্র্যান্ডফাদারকে নিয়ে সিলভার চ্যারিটে চলে গেল। যে আমরা রামকৃষ্ণ লোক বলি, ওটা এরকম চলে গেল বলে একটা অনুভূতি ওর গ্র্যান্ডসনকে হলো। ওর কেন এরকম হয়েছে বলে ও আলোচনা করছে, ওর সময় একটা ফোন এলো, ও ফোনে খবর পেয়েছে ওর গ্র্যান্ডফাদার ছেড়ে দিল। মানে এটা বলতে চাইছি কেন আমি, দেখুন এখনো যদি আমরা ঠাকুরকে নিয়ে থাকলে, ঠাকুরের উপর শ্রদ্ধা নিয়ে আর জপ করো, ধ্যান করো, আর যেমন যে বলেছে ঠাকুর বলেছে যেমন, এরকম আমরা যতটা পারি আমরা এরকম জীবন করলে জীবনের সময় আমরা ঠাকুরকে দেখতে পারি, ঠাকুরের প্রেজেন্স এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করতে পারি। না হলে অন্তত যেমন যে মা বলেছেন, দেখো বাবা তোমাকে ঠাকুর ধরেছেন, ঠাকুর ছাড়বে না, অন্তত অন্তকালে তোমাকে এসে ধরবে ঠাকুর, তোমাকে দেখা মানে দর্শন দিবে, যে আমুক বলেছে মা। এটা একটা কি বলবো, আমি যখন শুনলাম খুব ভালো লাগলো। মানে আজকালও যদি আমরা একটা সত্যি জীবন যদি করতে চেষ্টা করলে, জপ করো, ধ্যান করো, ভজন করো, যে হোক যেভাবে একটা সাধন করলে, এখনো ঠাকুর আসবে, আমাদেরকে ধরবে, নিয়ে যাবে, রামকৃষ্ণ লোক নিয়ে যাবে, আর বৈকুণ্ঠ নিয়ে যাবে। ও কখন নিয়ে যাবে, কোথায় নিয়ে যাবে আমরা তো জানি না, ঠিক আছে, যে কোনো একটা জায়গাতে নিয়ে গেলে বাস ঠাকুর একবার আমাদের ধরলে হয়ে যাবে আমার জীবন। সেই যেভাবে ঠাকুর আমাকে ধরুক, ঠাকুর আমাকে নিয়ে যাবার জন্য যে দরকার আছে, এটাই আমরা করতে হবে, এটাই আমি এটাই বলছিলাম। কেন এসব বললাম, আমাদের এটা যখন এরকম ঘটনাগুলো যদি আমরা শুনলে আমাদের শ্রদ্ধা, আমার ভক্তি, বিশ্বাস এসব বাড়বে, সেই জন্য আমি বললাম এটা। সো আজকালও মানে ঠাকুরের সময় ঠিক আছে, পার্শ্বদের সময় ঠিক আছে, আর গৌরীমা, গোলাপ্পা, আর মাস্টার মহাশয়, আর নাগ মহাশয়, আর অনেক কিছু আমরা মানে গ্রস্ত লোকের তো জীবন তো পড়েছি। হ্যাঁ, ওদের সময় তো ঠাকুর এসেছিলেন, ঠিক আছে, ও সময় তো ঠিক আছে, এখনো ঠাকুর আসে নাকি, ঠাকুর দেখে নাকি, এরকম অনেক সময় অনেক প্রশ্নগুলো আমাদের মন তো আসার উচিত, আসবেই। সো যখন এই ঘটনাগুলিগুলো শুনলে, এখনো ঠাকুর আছেন, ঠাকুর ওদের ভক্তকে দেখছেন, আশীর্বাদ করেন, আর এসে নিয়ে যাবেন, মুক্তি দিচ্ছেন, এটা যখন এরকম ঘটনাবলী শুনলে আমাদের শ্রদ্ধা একটু বাড়বে, আমাদের একটা শ্রদ্ধা বাড়তে হবে, ভক্তি বাড়াতে হবে, এটা হয়ে গেল আর কি।
Thank you, Maharaj.
স্বরূপাদি, আপনার প্রশ্ন তো উত্তর দিয়েছি আমি।
Thank you, Maharaj.
I think mother says, I think Guru Maharaj himself says, Kono Bhave, there's a game, hide and seek game. If you go and touch mother, old granny, then the game ends. So somehow or other we have to touch that old granny. Here we can say old grandpa. Our ঠাকুর তো বুড়ো হয়ে গেছে এখন, সো বুড়ো মানুষকে আমরা টাচ করতে হবে, যেভাবে একবার টাচ করলে বুড়ো মানুষকে হয়ে যাবে বাস। ও ঠাকুর কখনো পছন্দ করতে না আমি বুড়ো মানুষ বললে। সো কোনোভাবে ওকে টাচ করুক বাস, নাহলে একবার ও ধরলে আমাদের ও দেখবে। আমার সাধনা কালী কি, ওর যে কৃপা আছে, কৃপার জন্য আমরা পাত্রত্ব বলি সংস্কৃতে। We have to get eligible for his grace. All our eligible for his grace. Because Holy Mother has said, Thakur's grace is ever flowing like Malaya Marut. So his grace is ever flowing for all of us. That's why we are all here. We are discussing in this Kali Yuga, in this materialistic world, living with all these distractions. In spite of that, all of you have joined here to discuss this. This itself shows to larger extent Thakur Krupa and our seniors' blessings for, our father and mother and senior family members' blessings. We are here. So first role or first step is done. Now second, third step has to do. What to do? More and more do japa, prarthana, bhajan, sadhana. By doing what we will do, we will become fittest instrument to receive his grace. He makes it all right. Then what happens? Then you are able to get connect and you are able to get 3G or 4G or 5G. Already it is capable to receive it. So the ঠাকুরের কৃপা এখনো আছে, খালি আমরা মানে সাধনা করে সৎপাত্রত্ব করতে হবে, যেমন করলে কি হবে, ঠাকুরের কৃপার জন্য আমরা ভালো হবে আর কি। সব প্রশ্নগুলো বন্ধ হয়ে গেল এখন।
উল্টো প্রশ্ন করবো মহারাজ, খারাপ কাজ করলে কোন লোকে যাবে? এ তো সব ভালো কাজের লোক বলেছেন।
যে একটা তো আছে হেল, নরক বলি আমরা, একটা আছে, আর নিচে লোক আছে আতল বিতল সুতাত তারাত তলাতল সুতল পাতাল আন্ডাল, এটা নিচে নিচে লোকগুলো আছে, ওখানে যাব আমরা।
না মানে এই যে এখানে যত আমাদের মাইন্ডটা সূক্ষ্ম হচ্ছে আমরা হায়ার লোকে যাচ্ছি, তাই তো? মানে আমরা পিউরিফাইড হচ্ছি, তার মানে আমার রিফ্লেক্টিভ মিডিয়াম যত পিউরিফাইড হচ্ছে আমি হায়ার লোকে যাচ্ছি।
See, not only purification may not be, but if you have got a good karma, for an example, you have got a bhog, you want intense desire, you have got to enjoy the world and its products, you have got intense desire, but you have done lot of good karma, dan, dharma, whatever we say, then also you can go to higher worlds. You may not be very spiritual personality, you may not want God, you may not want what do you say, self-consciousness or self-realization, but you have done lot of good karmas, then also you can go for the higher worlds. Do you understand?
Because good karmas actually purifies my reflecting medium.
Not always. Your intention comes into picture. For example, I want to become Indra. I want to become Indra. For example, in the Puranas, if you see, they say, whoever does 100 Ashwamedha yagas, he can go to Indra Padvi. So you made 100 Ashwamedha yagas are equal to that some karma you did, and you went to become Indra. But that doesn't mean that your mind is purified, because your mind has got a lot of desires. Just for an example, any demons you see, they had a vision of Ishvara, Rama or Krishna or Ishvara or Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma. They came in front of them, they had seen very clearly, they got all the blessings. But you see, they did a lot of bad actions. So their willpower, their action was very strong, no doubt. They got the results, but that actions was channelized in a wrong direction. That's why they are called demons. Because you have done a lot of good karma, that doesn't mean that you have become spiritual. Your intentions also matters a lot. For an example, someone gives 1 million rupees. Why? Because he wants to become famous. He has done good karma. He will get punya for that. He will get some punya, no doubt. But at the same time, his intention is what? To become famous, so that his name should be put in a golden letters in front of the building, or it should come in a paper, or it should come Padma Bhushan Prashasti. That is what his intention is. Now, you might have given 100 rupees only, but you have done as a karma yoga. Your punyam, getting punyam will be less, and no doubt less, but your chutta shuddhi will be more there. Because you might have given only 100 rupees, that's what you were capable, that's what you had so much money, you gave it, but you did as a karma yoga, as Ishwara Arpana Buddhi. That fellow gave 1 million euros, $1 million even, but he has given desire for name and fame. He got name and fame, no doubt, but Chitta Shuddhi is very less in him. So this difference you have to understand.
Nishkam, sorry.
So those people means the Tamoguni or Rajoguni. So where they will go? Means in this Swamiji's point of view, not Dvaita Puran's point of view.
Yeah, we can see there are 2-3 arguments in this sense. One is in the Martya Loka itself, based on it is not Tamoguni Rajoguni, based on your actions. If you have done more and more wrong actions, bad actions, then you may take birth as an animal or a worm or insect in the Martya Loka, in this world itself, in this earth itself. Or you may go to the below worlds.
Maharaj, when we do good karmas, we get peace of mind, or means some happiness inside. So how does it differ from that eternal bliss we talk of in Upanishad?
Yes. So now, for an example, You like a Cadbury's chocolate. You purchased and you were eating and you were enjoying and you felt joy, isn't it? Now, what is the difference between the joy which was derived from the eating Cadbury's chocolate and what we say Brahman? So, do you think that the chocolate, the happiness was in chocolate?
No, it is my
No.
gratification. It is the
Okay, it's sense gratification, fine. I understand. Yes, I agree. Do you think, or can you say that the whatever the joy now you are feeling, the joy was in Cadbury's?
It's in my mind.
Then what? Where it was?
It's in
It
my
was in
mind.
you only.
Ah.
You superimposed on the Cadbury's chocolate
Mhm.
because you like Cadbury's chocolate.
Mm.
That is different. So you like Cadbury's chocolate. You took the Cadbury's chocolate and you are eating and you are enjoying. Now, I don't like sweets at all. I don't like chocolates at all. You give the best Cadbury's chocolate for me and you say, Swamiji, please enjoy. There's so much joy in eating Cadbury's chocolate, you say. I say, sorry, I think it is a punishment. So if you ask me to eat Cadbury's chocolate, it is suffering for me. And if you eat Cadbury's chocolate, you feel it is a joy. So neither there is a joy in Cadbury's nor suffering in Cadbury's. It is only our mental projection. While eating Cadbury's chocolate, you are enjoying the joy, isn't it? The reflection of joy is from your own self. So yourself, your Atma Ananda, which we say, that Ananda has been superimposed on Cadbury's chocolate, and you think that the Ananda is in Cadbury's chocolate, but not, it is in you only. So it is a reflected Ananda, it is a reflected consciousness.
Slightly different question, Maharaj, slightly different. Just a general question. Which is a better method for like it's only japa or only meditation or a combination of both?
Huh?
Only japa or
Hmm.
only meditation or a combination of both?
You got initiation?
Yes.
Your guru has told these things already.
Yes.
Yes. So why I don't want to tell here anything? Why? Because it can create confusion in your mind. That's the reason what I suggest you is whatever your guru has told, that will be the ultimate. Kindly follow it. Say now I tell something else according to my understanding, my observation, my experience. Then it can create confusion in your mind. Whatever with this japa meditation, our gurus have told, better to the letter, we should follow it. There we shall not use our tarka and all. We will use it, and if you get any question about the sadhana, we shall ask our gurus or any other monks, no doubt. But the way, the system, the method, whatever our gurus have told, better we will do it. We have not gone to that exalted state or advanced state where we can think and we can modify, we can probably do better and we can leave away some things and all. We have not gone to that state. So better in this thing, in Upasana, whatever our gurus has told, whether to do only japa or only meditation or one after another or simultaneously, our gurus have given instructions while when we took mantra diksha. So I suggest all of you that better we should follow it. Once you do it, for example, 10-15 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour or whatever your guru has told, say 108 times or 1000 times. Once you do, afterwards you can think of something else. But before that, that should be your primary sadhana. There no compromise, no confusions, nothing. And all the senior monks, revered monks you see, they have all followed their guru's instructions to the letter. There we will not do any tarka. This is my humble opinion.
No,
Probably
Maharaj, it's not because of any argument or anything like that. It's just to have the knowledge. Because, see, we have been following, I mean, or say, let's say, I have been following the instructions in spirit and letters. But the inner desire is tending towards something. So that is why I asked this question.
yes, that's the reason. Yes, I can understand. But in with Upasana, this type of any serious doubts are there, I always suggest that you should ask your guru. You can write, and if you can meet him possible, or if he comes to your place, or you can go to his place and ask. And with regarding to upasana, whatever his guru has told you, have to do it. And if you get any other further doubts, it may be better. It may be better that you should ask him personally and you should get it. Otherwise, yes, you ask me personally, then I will ask, I should know what is your guru has told in this particularly, then based on that I should instruct you. Otherwise, it can create confusion in your mind. Yeah.
So Maharaj, this letter is over or something else is
Yeah,
still?
this letter is over more or less. Yes. Afterwards, Swamiji brings the concept of Adhyaropapavada, superimposition and do superimposition, that last line of that para. Then afterwards, he says that everything gets merged there. There's a philosophical thing, which I think in our Vedantic lectures we have discussed that last other two paras.
Maharaj, one more thing is there, that Swami Bhuteshanandaji, that Ramakrishna Kathamrita Prasanga, have you read that? Means Kathamrita, Sri
Ramakrishna and his
Ramakrishna,
gospel.
Sri Ramakrishna and his gospel. It is available in English also. I have just seen.
Not completely, here and there, yes.
No, but because we are following that, we are reading that in our one of our classes. So, and we have many questions and confusions from there, from the explanation itself. So, if we mention those chapters to you and ask the questions, so.
Yeah, but first and foremost, I don't have the book here.
Okay. So I can means I can give you send you the PDF, Bengali PDF, and the questions beforehand if we can give you. So or the particular chapter that if you read, then we can ask those questions here. Means because because we have a few doubts and we were thinking whom to ask. And
yeah, definitely we will try. I can try.
okay. And so regarding that Tattva Bodha and all, we have many questions. Probably that will take a separate class for the question answer.
So yes, I can answer it, but again, I have told you now also, today also I'm telling it. So kindly go step by step, then it may take little time for all of you, I can understand. There can be hurry in our studies and understanding, but you will be able to understand things in a better way. You might be hearing, I know that, as you said. So probably I probably advise others also. At least Tattva Bodha you start hearing individually or collectively, you can hear one by one. Then slowly the the ideas gets explored and the concepts gets more understanding, and the line of thought, a line of thinking you will get introduced. Then once that is done, then more or less doubts and questions and answers can be given. Otherwise, part and part you will be able to understand, but you will not be able to get a complete picture, or to larger extent you will not get a clear picture.
No, Maharaj, we have means collectively we have covered till the fifth lecture, means we are discussing the sixth one now collectively. So that is even the Satchidananda, up to that Satchidananda part we have discussed. So from there, especially in the Karana Sarita and also wherever that higher thing comes, the confusions also comes. So
yes, obviously, yes.
So
yes,
those parts, if we can discuss maybe in the next class or something, or whenever you are. So today.
So then in next classes you want to discuss Tattva Bodha questions or Sri Ramakrishna and his gospel, Bhuteshanji Maharaj?
We don't know, Maharaj, everything is so much related. So probably if one concept, so that is why today I told you that better we read about this Loka. So probably some of our questions may get resolved. Like like when we say that we are this Shukshma Sharir goes somewhere in during the japa meditation, like in the Gopini stories. that the Gopini thought that if this Sthula Sharir is the barrier to meet Shri Krishna, so she left the Sthula Sharir and went to meet Sri Krishna in the Sukshma Sharir. So from there we have the confusions that how can we go to another loka? Is it in just in our thought, or actually the Sukshma Sharir travels? So it can be interpreted in two senses, right? So once that like in our mundane world also, say any sadhaka, say the scientist, when he is absorbed in some experiment, so he is forgetting about his body and everything, is thirst and every, so in that, so much engrossed. So can we say that mind level, the mind is totally engrossed in Krishna bhavana, so the Gopini is traveling to, means she is enjoying the company of Sri Krishna? That can also be thought, no?
So see, yes, I understand. I will give a general answer for this type of problems. One is, we are studying Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta says Brahman and Brahman alone, consciousness and consciousness alone exist. Okay, we have no problem with that. We are ready to accept it. But at the same time, then we are speaking of lokas, we are speaking of Sukshma Sharira traveling here and there, going here and there and all. What is this? It is highly confusing, which can be a greater problem for all of us. Yes, I know that. Now, Advaita is very clear. Brahman and Brahma alone exist. And whatever today you are experiencing, that's all because of your mind and body or whatever. That is what Maya. Maya means, it doesn't mean that nothing exists. Something, it exists. There is an existence or something exists, but that existence has been conceived, has been perceived by something else. That is what Advaita Vedanta is trying to see all of, is going to say, or is trying to explain. This we have to understand, first point. And keeping this Advaitic final dictum in our mind, and we'll be questioning about the dualistic concepts, which will be doing the mistake. Now, one side we are saying, I am Atman or I am Brahman. And at the same time, we are discussing about the lokas. So when you discuss about the loka, these are all from dualistic concepts that you have to understand very clearly. Isn't it? From the Advaita point of view, everything is in projection. So when it is projection, then it is any loka you bring, or any new loka, any removal of loka, addition of loka, it doesn't make difference. Because it is a mental projection, that's all.
Moreover, these are the part of that Ashtasiddhi type of things, what has been told in Thakur's prayer, Maami Ashtasiddhi Chaina. So that it is a part of the Ashtasiddhi, moving from through Sukshma study to another destination or something like that, is basically some people may get this power through this japa and sadhana, but it's all part of that, as you said, it's a dualistic world. It is not the Advaita world. So am I talking sense, or?
See, whether it exists or not, I am not bothered. I am only bothered, if at all, a true Advaitin will be bothered only about to know myself, to understand, to explain, to realize myself, or other way, to remove the ignorance, to remove the misunderstanding, to remove the misconception. Okay, so that's where we have to give our strength and give our time and our energy. Okay, that's one point. And we mix actually Advaita and Vishishtadvaita, Advaita. The Brahman alone is real, and all the world and etc. Everything is just superimposition or everything appearance. And in other places like Puranas and there, so we are speaking of different worlds, going to different worlds, achieving, attaining, enjoying, or whatever, all these things. Then which are both are very contradictory, which are extra opposites. That's where we get confused. So when we are reading all these things, from at what level they are speaking, this has to be very clear. So this is from Vyavarika point of view, and that is from Paramarthika point of view. These things we have to understand very clearly.
Maharaj, I just in the light of the discussions she raised, so I just talked that. Otherwise, whatever you are saying, again, let me tell you, I firmly believe in that. So, but the thing is, the conceptualizing that in this present state is difficult. So that possibly that more trial has
Yes,
to
yes,
be.
I understand. I
Yeah,
understand. Definitely.
yeah.
I'm not saying that it is easy. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No,
So,
I only gave
but
the philosophical problem. What most of the devotees, as a devotees, as spiritual aspirants at the beginning stages, we feel or we experience. Yeah.
So actually, Maharaj, that first confusion is whether we are Gyan Margi or Bhakti Margi. So what Mr. Chatterjee ji asked in your Drigdisha class, that probably the Bhakti part is reducing and we are getting more confusion. That is the whether we are still the Adhikari.
See, whether you are Gnana Margi or Bhakti Margi or Karma Margi or any other Margi, never minds. All the aims are what? You say experience of the divine, experience of the God, experience of the self, experience of the supreme self, or whatever. We all use different words. That's where Sri Ramakrishna says. And Swami says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity, which is already in man. Either you do by love, that is devotion, either you do by knowledge or by selfless action or by psychic control, or one or two or all of this. This is the essence of religion. So whether you are a Gnana Margi, Bhakta Margi, Karma Margi, whichever Marg, Dhyana Marga, whichever Marga you take, finally we all go and end at same place. At the final stage is same. So that's okay. Now, actually, that's what that day also I told, I think if you were in the class, by studying more, Gnana, getting more, Bhakti will not go. Bhakti has to increase. By increasing Bhakti, Gnana will increase. By increasing Gnana, Bhakti will increase, which has happened with all the great people. Only when we don't understand things properly, that's what, by reading more, my bhakti goes away, my bhakti gets dried, or by having more and more prayer, my Gnana goes away or dries up or flies away. No. That's okay. Initially, we will have all these type of questions, doubts, conflicts. It is obvious, I understand, but no, it is not. See, the more and more you know about Sri Ramakrishna, obviously you are supposed to get more and more devotion. Isn't it? The more and more I study Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, and the more and more I get concretized or conceptualized about the self or Atman or Brahman, that has not made me to think Sri Ramakrishna in any way inferior or whatever. Or my devotion to Sri Ramakrishna has not decreased. It will not. All the greatest karma margis, or I'm sorry, Gnana yogis were always greatest bhaktas also. Swamiji, you see, who else you want? Swamiji was the greatest bhakta also. If you see the fragment of his life, কি বলতেন আমি কি জানি সব মায়ের ইচ্ছা যেমন ঠাকুর বলতেন ঠাকুর তো পুরো জীবন এরকম বলেছেন আমরা দেখেছি স্বামীজি তো দেখুন এই যে ক্ষীরবামন ইনসিডেন্ট হবার পরে সব ওর যে একটা মানে এ করব ও করব এরকম করতে হবে এটা সব চলে গেল আমি মায়ের ছেলে আমি কিছু জানি না যেমন মা বলেন যেমন মা বলেন বলতেন আর তেমন হবে so complete surrender. Just like he was like a small child. So all your struggles, that's what I see when I studied Swamiji's life, that's what I understood. First and foremost, if you see the formative period of Swamiji, he had a ethics, he had a morality, he struggled whether God exists or not, etc. and all. Then he comes to Guru and he got a Guru and Guru said, yes, God exists, I can show you, etc., etc. Then he listened and he sincerely practiced. Then he had a Nirvikalpa Samadhi, etc. Then, but still, he tried to do something good for the world and all, fine. But finally, what happens? Completely Sharanagati, completely in consonance with the divine will. So there is no I there at all at the fragment of the life of Swamiji. If you see, there is no I at all. Everything is completely merging with the God will. There is no separation of his will and divine will or God's will. That we can see in the Sri Ramakrishna's life from the beginning even. Isn't it? To attain that completely merging with the divine will, or you say merging with the self, merging with the divine will, merging with the God, we have to struggle all these things. Either you take whichever path you take. Every path has got some modification, some disciplines, do's and don'ts. Take it, accept it, and keep on doing it. That's all. See, Chitta Shuddhi is common for all of this. Decreasing the worldliness is common for all these things. Ethics and morality is common for all of these things. So let us try to include and practice as much as possible. Either you say Gnana, what you say Gnana Marga, you say that I am Brahman. Gnana Nishta Yogyata we say. And in Bhakti we say that is Bhakti. Means what? Accepting or having the faith in the existence of God and loving Him. Bhakti is what? Divine love, that's all. It is not mere emotions, it is a divine love, isn't it? So same thing has been told in Karma Yoga by Swamiji beautifully. What is Karma Yoga tells? It is unselfishness and self-abnegation. Not I, but thou. So one is merging individual consciousness in supreme self, or the embodied self, or the Jivatma in the Atman or Paramatma. From the Jnana Yoga point of view. From the Bhakti Yoga point of view, not I, but you. Oh Lord, I am your mere instrument. Sakali Tomar Icha. We know that. And here Karma Yoga is what is telling? Not I, but thou. Self-abnegation. So everywhere not I, but thou. Self-abnegation is common, but we are using in a different language. There we are saying individual consciousness has to merge in the supreme consciousness, or the embodied self, so-called reflective medium has to be cleared. Sukshma has to get merged, or whatever, mukti. And someone says here from Bhakti point of view, I have to experience God and I have to merge in God and I have to live with God, etc. And Karma Margini is saying that let me remove the selfishness and let me practice more and more unselfishness and self-abnegation. So the same idea has been expressed in different languages, and every path has got some rules, regulations, do's and don'ts. That's all. It looks differing. That's all. And with Guru Maharaj's grace and Mother Swamiji and also nicely, beautifully they have told all these yogas. So I think we should not have this confusion. But having said all these things, every one of us, we need all yogas, no doubt. But based on our nature, based on our interest, based on our based on our purva samskaras, one yoga will be predominant in all of us. You say Bhakti Yoga or Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga or Dhyana, which we say more or less in Raja Yoga we say. So which is predominant in us, we should understand. If not prayed, ask your Guru. If not pray to Sri Ramakrishna, and let you know which marga which can be predominant in you, whichever it may be. Then practice that more and more. And other yogas simultaneously in whatever possible way, you can keep on practicing it. So
It's
that has to be clear.
Fantastic explanation, Maharaj. But one thing, as we keep on reading Kathamrita, we find that Thakur himself is advocating for Advaita Vedanta, because he, in one word, some devotee asked, and he said, Brahma Sattva Jagat Mitte Eitai Dharana Koru. So that is nothing but Advaita Vedanta. So Thakur is also driving us towards Advaita Vedanta, isn't it, Maharaj?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So somehow we should touch the old granny, that's all. The final goal is what? Somehow you touch the old granny. Whatever path you take, whatever way you take, that's fine. Never mind. Go and touch the old granny, that's all. Enough. Language is different, that's all. Expressions and ways are different, but finally it all merges in that same thing.
So Maharaj, I think your lunchtime already, it's your lunchtime. So when are we meeting next?
When meeting next? Yeah, just a minute. 24th is okay for you this month?
Yes. So you have some other classes on Mondays, right? It means now this means previously we had on Mondays. So now you told that Wednesday will be better for you. Or
Yeah. Wednesday is better for us, yes.
okay. Yes, so 24, I think it is okay.
Yes, it will be okay.
Yes. So same time, 4 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, 4 to 5.
Okay.
Yes.
So we will continue with the remaining letters, or we go to Tattvabodha and all.
What do you want? Whatever you want.
Maharaj, we are this this piles of questions, so we don't know.
Yeah, see, probably I feel Tattvabodha, if you go, when Tattvabodha, when you get concepts clear, probably many of the questions can get cleared, probably, isn't it?
Okay, so we can have that Tattvabodha question answer or something, some further discussions on the Tattvabodha.
Yeah.
Then
Tattvabodha discussions we can have when the moment you understand more and more these concepts clearly, then I think when you read Thakur Swamiji's philosophy or the teachings, then you'll be able to understand yourself. If not, then pinpointedly, if you've got any questions, we can also discuss, no doubt. Sometimes we need some help, no doubt. Yeah.
okay. And Maharaj, so next to which book you will be starting for that Tuesday class?
They're ready to come back. I have asked them, what do you want? The 2 days before he said that we are ready to discuss, we will discuss and we will let you know. That's what they have told. It is up to them what they need.
Because Maharaj, too much philosophy is means it goes hard for us also, no? So
But for them, philosophy only they want.
yes. So,
Yes.
okay.
So I think someone had suggested, it seems, Mundaka Upanishad. And some discussions are happening. I don't know what is happening. So whatever they want, let me know. I will read. So yes.
Maharaj, all the books, all people do not have. So if the coordinators can post
Very clear. No.
some pages, can be whichever is for the discussion for the next class. If 1 or 2 pages can be posted, would be better, so that we can read early and then participate in the meeting. That would be
I understand. Definitely, we'll think of it. See, now you have to understand that whatever the Tattvamasi group they have got, Tattvamasi, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So the group already they have read few things. Colombo Talmoro they have read, Vivekananda they have read, 1 or 2 Upanishads they have read. Already some homework they have done for few years. First point. Second thing is, for an example, if not all, most of them, when we take any book, they purchase that book, either soft copy or hard copy, and they read and come. They do a lot of homework. So that is one of the serious group which I have seen. Okay. So that you should keep it in a mind. Yeah, no doubt. And any book, for example, Dugdrisha Viveka, when I say that, or any tomorrow Mundaka Upanishad or Vivek Chudamani or anything Panchadashi, when I say that, probably you can take a book, soft copy, PDFs are available, or even ebooks we can purchase. If not available, then hard copies is easily purchased you can in India. Then definitely you can purchase and you can keep reading 2, 3, 4 or 5 pages. Then based on that, we'll be discussing. Yeah. You say you read 5 pages, only 2 pages we discussed, fine, no problem. Now, again, you read the 3 more pages again. I think you will get more and more clarity, isn't it? Yeah.
Maharaj, we were supposed to start with the Colombo to Almora, right?
That's what you have to do, so many things.
No. So we will be, means we are not into Upanishad right now. So Prakarana Grantha, it's all right. And we have planned that probably we will go through that Drigdrisha talks from their group in detail, just like we are going through the Tattvabodha. So we will do that Drigdrisha also, Prakarana Grantha for now. Then we want to read more on Thakur Swamiji. So in our next day we will be discussing about Tattvabodha, and afterwards means then okay.
Yeah. Okay, Jai Ram Krishna.
Jai Ram.
Okay.
Pranam.
Thank you and pranam.
Ram Maharaj.